Holly Duran, and this is my presentation on why food systems need to change. The research that I used is mainly from an article written by Rena Swart, Makuna Bopane, and Tamron Frank on food systems need to change to promote healthy choices and combat obesity. The introduction to this presentation that this is highly significant for public health professionals, policymakers, and researchers that focus on food security, non communicable disease prevention, and the intersection of corporate practices and public health. It provides insight into how structural and policy level interventions can counter the harmful influence of ultra processed food industries, especially in low middle income countries. This article is relevant to all health departments in the response to the rising rates of obesity and non communicable diseases, such as NCDs, which have been further worsened by the COVID-19 pandemic. The main idea of this article is that the current food system contributes significantly to rising obesity percentages. That is written in this article by Wicks, De Villiers, and Faber in 2020. The article emphasizes that the individual choice alone is not enough. Public health oriented policies reforms are necessary to counteract the influence of powerful food corporations. Evaluation used in this article, we are mainly using the CRAB evaluation system, which is which consists of currency, relevance, authority, accuracy, and purpose. The currency of this article is that the article demonstrates a high level of credibility and is informed by recent data and reputable sources, including a report by the Global Health Advocacy Incubator and internationally recognized authority in public health advocacy. This information presented is addressing pressing global health challenges in the aftermath of the global COVID-19 pandemic. The relevance of this article is that the article directly addresses critical issues in the public health, nutrition, and policy reform, particularly within low and middle income countries, making it highly per- permanent to those studying working in the global health development or policy advocacy. With the authority, the article references credible health institutions, policy experiences from multiple countries, and scientific evidence, indicating a strong foundation of expertise. Though the exact publication platform isn't specified, the inclusion of a named report and specific policy outcomes adds to the trustworthiness of its source. The accuracy used in this article is that the article uses variable statistics and real-world examples to emphasize its points that are being made. The purpose of this article is clearly to inform the advocate for policy change within the public health focus rather than commercial or political gain. Makes several key claims to support their central argument about current food systems, such as that obesity and NCDs are increasing due to the unhealthy food environments. And the author also provides pieces of evidence like statistics and case studies to support his claims. Some examples are that 70% of diabetes cases in South Africa are undiagnosed, and 90% of those are type 2 diabetics. The author effectively combined empirical evidence and logical reasoning to build a convincing argument. There are quantitative data to show the severity of the problem and the impact of specific interventions. In response to the main article, I did research on two contributing articles that focus on why food systems need to change. The original article argues that food systems must be transferred to addressing rising obesity and NCDs, particularly in low and middle income countries. This aligns with the 2024 Global Food Policy Report from the International Food Policy Research Institute, which highlights that unhealthy diets as the leading cause of NCDs globally, contributing to over 73% of deaths, as well as that unhealthy diets are non-communicable diseases are directly shaped by the design of functioning and modern food systems. Over the past 50 years, food systems have prioritized efficiency and volume over nutrition and diversity, leading to widespread availability of inexpensive calorie-dense foods and high in sugar, salts, and unhealthy fats. In conclusion, this text presents a persuasive and well-supported argument for the arguments transformed of food system, particularly in low and middle income countries. By combining robust statistical evidence and real-world policy examples or critical analysis of corporate influence, the authors effectively demonstrate that rising rates of obesity and NCDs are deeply rooted in structural issues, not merely individual choices. The argument that food systems must be transferred to reduce obesity and NCDs is strongly supported. Evidence from multiple sources, including the IFPRI 2024 Global Food Policy Report and research by Hawkes in 2020, shows that current food systems favor the production and marketing of unhealthy, ultra-processed foods, while making unhealthy, diverse diets inaccessible or unaffordable for many, thus having a big effect in the hospitality industry, which plays a critical role in shaping consumer food choices and dietary habits. These are mainly used within creating this PowerPoint. Thank you so much for listening.